6 o'clock.
3 years.
We're gonna call the zoning board of appeal, wrong, conservation.
You wear too many hats,
Wrong hat.
George.
Conservation Commission for Wednesday of August 21st, 2024. I gotta let everybody know that this meeting is being recorded. Next is the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Next is names for roll call.
Samantha Costello.
George Slingo.
Fran Mikulajczyk.
William LePage.
Okay. First is on new business is an NOI for 2 Carroll Drive, Diamond Communications LLC. All right.
I understand you're probably on remote. Is anyone in the meeting?
Yeah, Christopher Strange with Kinley Horn and Associates representing Diamond Communications.
And Morgan Rasmussen, also representing Diamond Communications, for the environmental consultant who helped draft the NOI application.
Yeah, we just ask that if you're going to be speaking, that you put your cameras on, please. Thank you.
I'll see if my video starts if I'm having some IT issues with that.
And George, for the record, if they could repeat their names because I don't know who's speaking.
Could you repeat your names, please?
Christopher Strange.
From Diamond
Daniel. Yeah, Daniel Fafty. DLASBY. With Kinley Horn.
Morgan Rasmussen with Trileaf, representing Diamond Communications.
All right, so commission from the bridge of the Jupiter 2 here. I have shared the screen with plan. However, to the applicant's representatives, if any one of you would rather share screens so you can do your presentation more effectively, I will enable joint screen share and stop sharing my screen. You let me know what you want to do.
Yeah, I have the most recent plans up on my desktop so I can show
Okay,
you.
so hold on 1 second. So. Just changing the navigation from the bridge here. Just for the applicant's edification, I'm not doing the bridge of Jupiter 2 thing to be a wise guy. The commission knows there was a cast member that was a close friend of mine that passed away a year ago, so I'm going to set up memory for a while. So I'm not being a wise guy, so excuse me ahead of time. So you should be able to share your screen.
Okay, let me see. Screen 2. Let me know if you are able to see the comment response letter.
Yep. Okay. Guys in the meeting room, can you see that on your TV screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess we had received a few comments from Mass DEP and revised the drawings and the stormwater report to reflect those comments. Would you like me to just go through comment by comment?
Yes, please.
You don't really have to, unless the commission wants you to. George, I'll leave that up to you, but I can tell you I've gone through the comments. I've read through all the literature that they sent me. I don't have any, I think they've adequately addressed everything. If you guys want to hear them, great. I just wanted to let you know from my standpoint, I think they did a fine job on getting everything addressed, so.
All right.
So I'll leave that up to the commission.
Board members, you want to go one by one, or?
What do you think's best?
Well, if Matt's happy with it, just leave it alone.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. Okay. All right. Just go, skip the one by one. We'll just go the overview.
Okay. Would you like general project scope of work and?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'll just kind of go over the mouse over aerial view here. Overview. So this is the proposed development here. It's a 150-foot monopole cell tower located at 2 Carroll Drive, just south of the town of Dudley's treatment plant there. Have inside this property in that development, the tower will be located in a 50 by 50 gravel compound with a wood fence on the outside, and then along this area here, this is a gravel driveway out to Carroll Drive, and then here for to help with view shed here is a landscape buffer. Go down to the landscape area. It should be that one. So this is the landscape area. It's located to the west of the site. We're proposing, here's the kind of site plan set here. Proposing, I believe it's 6 trees here along the west buffer area. And yeah, there's really not a lot of development going on. The post-construction will be accessed typically once a month with a pickup truck for maintenance purposes. And we have our elevation view here of the tower. Yep, 150-foot monopole.
So, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
You may.
Okay, so, DEP had some concerns. They've been really a lot more thorough than their reviews over the last couple of years, and they've been in a while, which is really good. They asked a bunch of questions. The applicant was very prompt in the response of getting a bunch of answers in. I looked through all of them. I thought they did a very admirable job in getting all those questions answered. I haven't received anything from Brianna indicating any reservations, because I know if there was an answer that probably she didn't like when she saw it, she would have let you know, and she probably would have copied me at the same time. So I didn't see anything back from her. Yeah, my take on it is I would recommend a standard order of conditions with one condition that the stormwater management plan will be incorporated into the order of conditions by reference. Because we have local stormwater bylaws, I don't see a need to incorporate it as a perpetual condition as far as submitting reports. because of the existence of our local bylaws. So we don't need the overlap on that.
Is there anybody in the audience
So,
against it? Would anybody in the audience be against it?
All right. Any questions from the board?
Matt, what were you saying about the stormwater one more time?
just incorporated by reference in the order of conditions that they're gonna follow their stormwater management planning and send us reports, their SWIP reports during the life of the construction. It doesn't need to be included as a perpetual condition as far as the stormwater upkeep goes, because our stormwater bylaws cover that. So we don't need to make the efforts duplicative at this point, just plug all of our files with paperwork.
Okay.
Any questions from the neighbors, abutters? All right, hearing none, I will close the public hearing at 6:13. Someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we issue a standard order of conditions with the condition that they are on top of the stormwater during the life of the project. Is that the proper way to word that, Matt?
Yeah, that's fine, that's perfect.
Okay.
You're
That's
good.
for 2 Carroll Drive, Diamond Communications. Thank you.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Motion carries.
Very good. Do you want me to stop sharing?
Yes, please, you're good to go.
Also good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, thank you guys. Really appreciate the hard work.
Next is the public hearing continued for Hayden Pond, Brian LeBrecq. Is Brian here?
Don't know, Mr. Chairman, I do know that, I did speak to his consultant a couple of days ago and sent him the Zoom link yesterday. So I don't know if he was gonna be here or not. He did say he would, he did say he usually does go, so I don't know if he got his wires crossed or not. Or maybe he's just running late.
Same one we have, right?
Slide over.
I don't know if you're familiar, but it's just a plan. This is it. That's the road.
You guys got any other business, like minutes approval of stuff? Give him a few minutes, see if he shows up on Zoom.
The approval of the minutes for July 31st, 2024.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as presented for our meeting for July 31st, 2024.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
I got them started.
What about the abutters of Hayden Pond?
Okay, and we need to vote to transfer the sum of $3,000 from the conservation filing fee account, number 0412-171-8780-4173 to the wetlands fee account, 0412-171-5789-4172.
I'll make a motion to transfer the money as presented by George Slingo with the account numbers that had been mentioned.
I second it. Why are they doing it? Why are they doing it?
Franny?
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay, while we're waiting, is there any abutters that would like to speak?
I would like to speak. Can I go here or where do you want?
Wherever you feel comfortable.
This is Jacqueline Valley, a butter to the LeBrecq property. Since I was grateful for the time that you gave me to have the land surveyed. The land surveyed showed exactly what I knew was the property line to begin with. My questions, and it shows clearly where Mr. LeBrecq has gone over my property, took down the trees, did all of that. I guess at this point, I'm looking for ways to simply prevent anyone else from using my corner of that property, which is clearly marked now with no trespassing signs. Trying to find a way to keep them from using that as an access. Not only Mr. LeBrecq, but the teenagers who want to go sit there and get drunk at night, all of those reasons. I've looked into possibly getting some large stones to prevent access. The surveyor suggested to me that I might consider calling a local tree company and seeing if they will put down some long logs across the property so that it would make it more difficult for a car or a truck to get through there. Mr. LeBrecq, you've come up with a plan for him. Nothing's been discussed. I guess all I'm looking for is what can I do at this point without incurring more costs? I'm the one that had to pay for the survey because he kept saying he wasn't doing that, And so I guess at this point, my frustration is what's next for me? We're going to have this eyesore there. Mr. LeBrecq hasn't done a darn thing. He's still, his boats and stuff that he left there all winter long last year are going to be coming out of his pond over at Pier Point very shortly. And I don't want him using my land to use that as a parking lot for his overflow because he doesn't know what to do with his stuff. I'm looking for help.
Have you seen map that he had drawn up?
I have seen the maps that were drawn up, and it looks like that there's going to be a much smaller portion of land that he'll be able to use.
I mean, according to this is his property. Now, it does it show your property on here?
Yeah, it does.
Right. So,
No, I had mine surveyed. It was only surveyed a week ago. And I was under the impression that Matt was going to go out and take a look at it so that they could make whatever adjustments needed to be made. I feel like I'm in left field here with no guidance, unless I want to spend a lot more money trying to block off my property so Mr. LeBrecq can't continue to destroy anything over there.
does he still go across your property?
He has not been over there. I have not seen him over there in a couple of months. But I do know that, nothing has been done. I don't know how he's even going to get this plan in place without using my property to get over there.
That's the thing that you got to watch for, I guess.
I got to watch
It's hard for us to do anything unless he, in fact, even if he does something, we don't have the jurisdiction as
Right.
conservation.
Unfortunately,
It's up
we're
to the
just
law and-
conservation, so if he does something within the wetlands that he's not supposed to do, that's
Whether-
all we can do.
Yeah.
You could take it upon yourself to stop the encroaching and install a fence. And I personally am experiencing some issues, so I'm gonna be installing a fence. That's all you can do. We cannot tell you or guide you, being Conservation Department. But my personal opinion and my personal experience is to do a fence.
She's got basically the same problem in a different part of town, and that's what she has to do. There's nothing that the conservation can do to help her.
Well, I guess I was just looking for some guidance.
I know.
It's frustrating, especially because they did that to you and we have no control over it, because we're just here to protect the wetlands the best that we can.
Well,
So-
and I'm concerned about the wetlands. I mean, his destruction of that property over there, certainly that runoff is going to go into that pond. My goal is to try to keep him from doing any more damage over there. And it has to, and I'm the one that has to spend all this money in order to make it happen.
I totally understand.
So basically you have no suggestions.
Well, that was my suggestion, the fence. Unfortunately, it comes out of your pocket. We legally can't tell you what to do. Anybody else have any input?
As far as other people going on a property, you say kids are going over there and drinking and everything. That clearly has nothing to do with the conservation. I mean,
Well, they litter.
if they were doing it in my yard, I'd have the same situation,
Would I be allowed, under rules of conservation, would I be allowed to put down some great big logs that would be very difficult to run over? My preference would, I'm sorry,
Yeah, I would think that would be fine.
you think that would
Especially where
be,
you've had a trespass on your property. You can also, if there has been a significant amount of lumber that's been removed, you should probably have the value of what was there if you can calculate, because if he's trespassed on your property, remove vegetation, he's liable for it. But at this point, if you wanted to put up something that was a blockage, I would. I don't know if the town could put Jersey barriers up or if logs would work. But I don't have an issue with you putting something up to keep people from trespassing on your property. From my standpoint, you're actually providing extra protection for your, not only your land, but for the wetland adjacent to it. So I don't see a problem with that at all.
All right, well, at least, do I need permits or anything to go and do that?
No, actually, the commission can allow you to just do that. Especially where we have an enforcement action going on right now, that would be considered part of the remedial action, even though the enforcement action's on him. So.
Can I ask?
Commission has the leeway to do that.
All right, can I ask a question? Is he going to be mandated to plant those things? Or is it, can he just leave it the eyesore that it is?
No, he's going to be mandated to plant the 25-foot zone. I've already informed his engineer that what I've recommended to the commission is that he have the wetland consultant, the firm that actually marked out where the wetland was, do the supervisory on the plantings to make sure that it's planted to the commission's satisfaction, and to monitor its growth for a 2 to 3 year period to ensure that everything has survived. Stuff that doesn't survive is replanted. And then I was recommending like a post and beam fence to go around the 25-foot zone. There was one drawn on the current plan, but not the location I wanted it. But I figured we could discuss that at the meeting tonight, but I don't see the consultant there, so.
Yeah.
He must have got his wires crossed.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I realize this is volunteers. I know this is a lot of extra work for you guys, but I don't know where else to go. Thank you very much.
George, he's coming across right here to get in here. Plantings recommended where he's coming across her property, so he can't come in there. It's plantings. According to this drawing, am I right?
Correct.
She's on the left side. Is he gonna have access from this side? The road is right there. Does he have access into that parking area?
Yes. He will have, yes.
Yeah. So there's no reason to come across her ground then.
He can't.
No, there's none at all. I've accessed that property. I parked on it from the opposite side on
The
his
opposite
property
side, yeah.
and through his right of way. So he can easily stay off of the property.
Right. There shouldn't be any problem.
What do we do now, Matt?
Continue the meeting.
Well, at this point, he's not here to address the concern, so I can continue it one more time. And I'll have a talk with his engineer tomorrow. That's all I can do.
Before we find out.
Thank you. Joe Godori. My place is down on the other end of the pond. The question I have is, built into the process that we've put together so far, which it seems like it makes great sense, and I think the arrangements that have been drawn out to, take care of that properly are really well done. Is he on a time schedule, or could he just decide to do this 2 years from now? I mean, how does that work? When do those plantings, by when are they supposed to be done? What triggers are in there to make this happen at certain times, if there are any? Yeah, I guess that goes to you.
Okay, so if we grant a permit, his order would be effective 2 weeks after we grant the permit, after we issue the permit. And then at that point, he'd have to get it during either the end of the growing season, if we, finish this at this time for this part of the growing season, which you've got almost 2 months left. And he's got next spring. So, fair question. Yeah, he would definitely have to do it by then. because his permit's only valid for 3 years, and we're gonna need that amount of time to monitor the growth.
Okay, understood. So the triggers are in there to move it ahead on certain times. Thank you, appreciate the help.
Anybody else? All right, so we'll make a motion to continue the public hearing.
I make a motion to continue the public hearing for Hayden Pond, Brian LeBurt.
Second it.
Motion been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Excuse me, will that be continued to September 11th, the next meeting?
That will be for September 11th, our next meeting, yes. So I'll make a motion to
I'll
adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
Good night.